Hi all. In this video, I'm going to talk about agent creation with external knowledge. So we're going to use Azure AI Search as a knowledge and create a agent and attach it so that the agent will listen and query only that Azure AI Search as a vector DB and fetch the relevant information and answer our questions. So first of all, I'm going to show this agent creation in two places. One is in Azure Cloud, another one is in the Visual Studio Code using Microsoft Agent Framework. For demoing purpose, we have a invoice.pdf file. This is a PDF file of Zomato plan. I have bought it like yesterday uh, for 3 months gold membership plan. So we're gonna ask few questions about this document. First of all, we need to in order to ask questions to LLM, we need to create embeddings. That means convert this digital format text to vectors, then store the vectors inside the vector DB. Now, in this case, Azure AI Search. Then I'll show you how you can query the AI Search as well. After that, once we bring the AI Search and get the vectors and provide it to the agent and ask a beautiful answers from there. The same way, we're going to see runtime agent from using Microsoft Agent Framework. Right. First of all, we're going to see how you can upload this invoice PDF to Azure AI Search. And then following that, we'll see a demo as well. Right. So I'm going to Azure AI Search. I have created already. Right. There is a button import data. You can go and I have already uploaded this blob into an sorry uploaded this document into a blob. So I'm going to select it. So this process will read the PDF texts inside and then convert them into vectors, store them in Azure AI Search vector database, right? So this is my container where it has a file. I'm gonna go and ask it to vectorize the text. For that, I need to provide a model. So which model I can provide? Some model which can. So here, if you say Azure OpenAI, it's the old way of doing AI in Azure. Let's not do that. Let's move on to Azure AI Foundry. There I can pick up a model that I have from this project. I'll show you where I have this model. This is the project and I have this model here. So it does not ask the dimensions by default, but the dimension is 3072 by default. So this is not important here, but when you go do it in using Microsoft Agentic Framework, you need to provide the dimensions, the same dimensions that we use it here. So because we vectorize using some dimension, right? Then you need to, in order to retrieve, you need to have that same dimension as well. So this is done. I'm not going to create, it's already created here. Let's go and see the indexer. It's ran successfully, right? And the indexes that we have created, which is having the chunks of data, it basically splitted the PDF and stored the vectors, converted the chunks into vectors. So this is the so we can ask the questions here. So who bought Zomato Zomato gold plan? So it's saying about the Zomato plan. So this is the index and it is providing some details to me. Now what we're going to do, we're going to provide the same to this vectors to LLM and see how that is responding to us, right? So I have created an agent as well by creating new agent and selected the model. So this is the model. So in order to add the knowledge of OpenAI Azure AI Search, right? You need to have a compatibility model, which is ChatGPT 4.0 is compatible, but many of the five ChatGPT 5 are not compatible models. So you need to select based on that. Now we're gonna open a playground and ask a question like it's the same question like who bought the gold plan, Zomato gold plan, right? So now the vectors are being passed to this agent, and the agent is telling, okay, this is smart. I found out for you. This is saying the right answer, Baran Mano, and bought on this one this time, and this is what it is. So this is cool. So if you see, notice right, I'm giving an instruction that you are an assistant, and you use only the knowledge I have attached to you. Don't use your general or any knowledge, right? So if you use that, so now I'm gonna ask out of the syllabus question. So can I buy Zomato uh, stocks, right? That is right one, and it will go and see, and it's gonna say based on the provided information, no specific information I have. So, but if I say you are an assistant helping customers, right? So when I say this one, it's let it say automatically saving your data. Now I'm going to ask the same question. Probably it's going to bring something from the internet or from the already trained answers. Hopefully I don't have to. Yeah, it's saying opinion, like you go and buy it. But this is basically we don't want it or hallucinate or use external knowledge from outside world. So that's why this instruction is very crucial to provide it. I'm going to bring it back to this one and save. It's automatically saved. So this is how we actually create or import the document into Azure AI Search and attach it to the agent. Now let's check. Yeah, I think I have explained everything. Now we're going to see how we can do the same in your using runtime agent, right? These agents will not be visible here in Foundry, but they are local, right? So here I have created. So first demo, right? I'm going to run this Python script like it's gonna. So these are the environments I have created. I have Azure search endpoint, the same search I've been using. So the documents are uploaded already. Now, okay, I forgot to show you one thing. So if you go to index, right, and here you can find out if you use any other models that you have created for embedding, right? So if you see where I found this 3072 is the one which you have to use as well. So I'm using the same dimension to convert our questions to uh, the vectors so that it'll all do the search, right? So neighbor search, kn neighbor search, nearest neighbor. So first let's run it, right? So if you run it, the question is asked like who bought the gold plan? Now the answer is like the individual who purchased is Baran Mano, and we will ask when, right? Who and when. I saved it and I'm triggering now. So here you go. There are two answers. Baran Mano has purchased this one on December 17th, which is yesterday, right? So it is able to produce the same result as the agent that is registered agent in Azure Foundry, right? Hey Foundry. So let's go through this code. I have all the environment specifically uploaded into the environment file. I have secrets too that I have kept it separately. So I'm loading both the files, and I have. So in order to do this one, what I need, sorry for exposing the secrets. So this is my open endpoint, right? I'll anyway delete the secret, so you don't have to try that. So search endpoint is from Azure AI Search, which is having my document and the chunks, vectors, etc. And I'm saying I'm creating uh, my agent using this one, Azure ChatGPT 4.0, right? And this is the model I'm going to use it for embedding. Why do we need to embed here? What we need to embed here is the question, right? So first I initialize our agent here. Sorry, this is the embedding client, and this is a custom class that I have created. I'll tell you just to search the document on this one. I'll go through that one as well. So first we'll see in a high level, this is how we create the agent, which is a runtime agent. So I'm giving the instruction that don't do anything, right? And to attach the Azure AI search, we need a tool which is called get info. So this is gonna run get info when you ask a question. So get info is a tool is going to be calling a class, a method which is residing it here. I'm going to go to the definition of this one. So this is the search. Here it's going to create the embeddings of our question and convert them into vectors, right? That vector is being passed. So this is the vectorized query that is being passed to this get client. So the get client is called, right? This is the method. That method is actually creating the search client with the relevant endpoint and the index name that we give with along with the credentials. This is going to just return the client, and that client is going to run this method called search, right? So if you see, this is like k and nearest neighbor search. So it's going to search using this one. We pass the vector query and chunk. So it's going to result and print the data, right? So this is what the search index manager does. It accepts endpoint credential, and this is just a constructor here in it, right? It's gonna put things. Even this is the important point is the dimensions that we pass it from .env file. So 3072. Let's debug this one and see how it looks like, right? So first of all, it's gonna create the agent, and after that, it's gonna ask here. It's gonna come for main. So let's go one by one. So let's go. I'm gonna debug this one. Yeah, it's here. The results are back. So this is what we are getting. So let's run again. Debug it again so that we will capture here agent.run. Let's remove the previous endpoints, breakpoints. So this is gonna run first, right? It's going to initialize the Azure OpenAI chat client. Basically, this framework provides, you need to install this framework first. Azure pip install Azure underscore agent underscore framework. So that's all we'll be able to use, so that you will be able to run this one. So agent, there is an instruction is loaded, and we are indicating this is the tool that you have to use it for when the question, right? So everything is initialized. Now I'm going to run the main method. The main method is going to call agent.run. Let's go inside, step into it, so that it's going to come to the search index manager. Now the query is being vectorized. Go to the debug console and see. Let's see what is the embedded question at least. Yeah, these are the vectors that our questions, vectors of our question. Then it's going to search now by passing this embeddings and the vectorized query. So this is the vectorized query where it contains all the vectors, and it's saying do the KNN nearest neighbors and bring me the answer. So the result chunk is being read. So your overall result will be something like this. Okay, the results. This is how the result look like, and the response is this one. All right, I'm not going to go through this one. Yeah, this is how it's displaying the answer in the terminal. So we are all good. So the demos, I have taken care of it, and I think that's all. I hope this